Hey everyone, Tony D and Little Joan here with a hot take on the debate. Tomorrow night's debate. I may try to live stream it. I'm not sure. My plan is I don't think I could live stream the whole debate because they flag people for that. But what I might do is I'll watch the debate on my phone. I'll put it down here, and maybe you could hear some of it, but it wouldn't be on the screen, and we could watch it together. So that could be fun. I don't know. I'd have to turn it up so we could get some of the volume, maybe, so you could at least kind of follow along. But it's tough. It's tough they won't let you do it anymore. But these are 25 questions Joe Biden should be asked by one of the Breitbart guys here. And there's some pretty good questions. Question 1. Senate investigative report issued last month found that your son, Hunter Biden, and his family business partners received millions of dollars from foreign nationals with questionable backgrounds. Among the sums they received while you were vice president include over $4 million from the corruption-plagued Ukrainian energy company, Burisma, to your son and his business associate. A $3.5 million wire transfer to your son from the wife of the former mayor of Moscow, and millions of dollars in cash flow from your son's business association with the Chinese nationals linked to the communist government and People's Liberation Army. In light of all this, we must ask, why did members of your family get so many lucrative business opportunities overseas while you were vice president? Whew, that's a long question. I don't think you would get through it before Biden would go, hey, come on, man. Number 2, the report also contradicts your earlier statements that you were never told about your son's business dealings in the Ukraine. According to the report, in October 2015, senior State Department Amos Hochstein raised concerns with VP Biden as well as Hunter Biden that Hunter Biden's position in Burisma board enabled Russian disinformation efforts and risk undermining U.S. policy in the Ukraine. Is Mr. Hochstein lying about this, or are you? That would be a great question. I don't think even Chris Wallace will ask it, though. Number 3, why did your son Hunter accompany you on your official trip to Beijing in December of 2013? What did he do on the trip? Who did he meet with? What should the American public make of the fact that just 10 days after this trip, your son's boutique private equity firm secured a $1 billion investment deal from the state-owned Bank of China, later expanded to $1.5 billion, despite having no prior experience in China? And with this deal, the Chinese government granted your son's firm a first-of-its-kind arrangement to operate in the recently formed Shanghai Free Trade Zone, a perk not granted to any of the large established financial institutions? Whew, these are long questions. I don't even think Biden can remember the first part of that. Number 4, should the American public be concerned that your son's private equity firm partnered with a Chinese government-owned aerospace and defense conglomerate to facilitate the purchase of an American company based in Michigan that produced strategically sensitive dual-use military technology that the Chinese government wanted? Oh, I didn't know that. Number 5, does your Build Back Better proposal contain any provisions to ensure that American taxpayer-funded technology is not bought off by Chinese state-backed enterprises working with private equity firms like your son's? Number 6, how did your brother Frank secure $45 million in taxpayer loans from the Obama administration for his Caribbean projects? Yeah, that's a good question too. Man, all the Bidens got their hands in the pie, I guess. How did the newly minted, number 7, how did the newly minted firm employing your other brother, James, receive $1.5 billion contract to build homes in Iraq despite having no experience in construction or international development? Oh, come on. That's bad. Man, Biden's really corrupt here. Back in 2000, you voted, number 8, back in 2000, you voted in favor of giving permanent normal trade relations to China. China, doggy. Stop barking. At the time, you said that this would not lead to the, quote, collapse of the American manufacturing economy because China is about the size of the Netherlands. What? And could not possibly become our major economic competitor. Furthermore, you predicted that free trade with China would establish a path toward ever greater political and economic freedom for the people of China. Do you stand by these statements today after 3 to 4 million American jobs have been lost to China and millions of Chinese citizens have been imprisoned, surveilled, disappeared, and used as slave labor by an increasingly authoritarian regime enriched by 20 years of record trade imbalances acquired through flagrant trade violations? Holy cow, dude. I don't suppose you expect him to actually ask these questions, do you? Come here, Joan, you nudge. Sit here and shut up. Number 9, the People's Republic of China has a bold plan called Made in China 2025 to dominate key technologies of the future in order to overtake the United States militarily and economically. Do you still contend that China is not competition for us? Well, that to me would be a question. I think Chris Wallace might even ask that one. Number 10, why did you promote the Trans-Pacific Partnership to financial special interest groups when research was clear that the deal would make it easier for corporations to move jobs overseas? Boom. Yeah, that's a good one. Do you believe Xi Jinping kept his promise to Barack Obama to end cyber espionage against the United States? If not, what are you prepared to do about it? That's a question he could probably ask, because Biden could go on and he's going to do all these things that he's never going to do. Number 12, do you accept that the beer virus originated in China? Ooh, that's a good question. Do you think that China was honest with the world in handling the beer virus? Are you satisfied with China's explanation of how it spread? You only get one question, dude. These are like 4 questions. Do you believe their claims about the number of cases and fatalities in China? I guess these would be follow-up. 13, do you think China would be held responsible in any way for its handling of the beer virus? If not, why not? What, if any, repercussions should there be for China in handling the beer virus? 14, you have vowed to rescind the Trump tax cuts. Can you think of a single example of a country that recovered from a recession by raising taxes? Ooh, that would be a good one. See, that's nice and short. Nice, the pithy ones. Go with those. 15, President Trump's Supreme Court nominee, Judge Amy Coney Barrett, has been attacked by members of your party because of her Catholic faith. Do you denounce these attacks on Judge Barrett's Catholicism? Yeah. I mean, obviously he does. He'll just say yes, if he's smart. Your running mate, Kamala Harris, attacked a judicial nominee on the basis of his membership in the Catholic Fraternal Organization of the Knights of Columbus, which is the largest fraternal organization in the world that includes amongst its past and present members many prominent Americans like President John F. Kennedy, Supreme Court Justice Samuel Alito, Senator Joe Manchin, Governor John Bell Edwards, and Vince Lombardi. Do you or Senator Harris believe that being a member of the Knights of Columbus disqualifies a person from holding public office? This is, because of Amy's nomination, Judge Amy. There seems to be anti-Catholicism coming out in the Democratic Party, and this used to be a thing. When JFK ran, people were worried. They were like, "Oh, is he going to listen to the Americans, or are you going to listen to the Pope?" It's still a little that prejudice wandering around. There's a bunch of other questions along those lines. I'm going to try to skip some of them. 17, your campaign has adopted a version of the Green New Deal. Oh my God. That calls for 100% renewable energy electricity generation by 2035. California has adopted similar green goals, but now it can't keep the lights on due to the state's reliance on wind and solar. Why would the nation fare any better than sunny, breezy California and keeping the lights on if we adopt 100% renewable energy? Yeah, good question. 18, you supported George Floyd protests, which you claimed were peaceful. Have you spoken to any victims of the riots? People who have lost loved ones or businesses? 19, do you believe that looting of the Magnificent Mile in Chicago was, quote, a form of reparations, as one Chicago Black Lives Matter organizer claimed? Is looting an appropriate form of protest as a means of reparation? Well, I assume he would say no on that. Even Biden's not that senile. 20, Seattle Black Lives Matter protesters stormed a neighborhood demanding residents get the F out and give black people back their homes as reparations. Do you support that style of protest? If not, have you condemned it? Come on, dude. He's not going to ask that question. 21, you said in your DNC acceptance speech that America is, quote, ready to do the hard work of rooting out our systematic racism. What did you do in your 36 years as senator and 8 years as VP to root out systematic racism? Why didn't it work? Yeah, that's a great question. 22, what is the maximum number of illegal immigrants you would allow into the country before securing the border to stop more from entering? I already know the answer to that. It'll be 0. I mean, he'll let them all in if he can. He'll just say that we're big enough to absorb them all. 23. The Obama administration deported an estimated 3 million illegal aliens. Was that a bad thing? Ooh, that's a good question. That's a better question. 24. With 30 million Americans unemployed due to the beer virus, would you support a halt on work visas for foreign workers competing with Americans for job? If not, explain why CEOs will not use this huge increase in the supply of labor to freeze and reduce salaries for American workers. 25. Do you or do you not support the ban on fracking? If you do, what do you say to the estimated 7.5 million American jobs that will be lost due to such a ban, which includes an estimated 5,500 jobs lost in Pennsylvania, 500,000 in Ohio, blah, 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 and a bunch of other states. Swing states, I'll note. So a lot of those are pretty good questions. I would shorten them up. There's no way Chris Wallace is going to ask, 2 paragraphs of wind-up. You got to keep it short and punchy, maybe 2 sentences long. And I don't think he's going to ask any questions about Hunter, unfortunately. He should. Maybe he'll softball one in there, give him a chance to go, oh, Biden's great, Hunter's great, and he hasn't done anything, and all my family are innocent. But we'll see. Tomorrow night, it goes down, and I tell you, I cannot wait. I'm going to watch every second of that debate. It could be one of the most glorious things you will see. So I hope you'll join me if I can make the live stream work. A lot of people will be live streaming, so it may not work. Otherwise, look for my videos, and we will see you